So hey guys, this is going to be what if deku was hound dog's son. I don't know what his name actually is. And if you're just more likely bored for why I'm making so much what ifs. I don't have anything to do and not school not sending any work. So with this one, Inko will have a strong telekinesis quirk. So in is like Izuku will be hell's own, no, not hell on hound dog's son, but he, because of his quirk, he's born let's say because of his quirk he's born with white hair, and you have a stepsister, but hound dog would have had she with a next. No, they adopt she, yeah, they're going to adopt her. Yeah. So we start off 5 years before Izuku is born, yeah. And let's say because that the number five, no, number 6 year, she has a really strong telekinesis quirk, yeah. And it gave her extra ability to read minds, but she only can do it on a small scale. So nothing really big with the reading minds part. So yeah, so she'll be a number 6 year a top one because of her quirk. Yeah, I don't know what the name Izuku quirk, but I'm going to tell you about his powers when it comes to that. And I'm going to say that they can tell what the child quirk is from birth. Yeah, I'm going to do it like that, but it don't activate until they're 5. Yeah. So they can tell at birth what the child quirk is. So yeah. And let's say there's this case where the hound dogs agency and Inco's agencies team up, like they team up to do this case, and hound dog was needed because of his quirk, his sense of smell. Inco because her telekinesis quirk and so on. So yeah, that's how Inco and hound dog will meet. And let's say for this one, he can talk properly, and when they meet, they're just talking and saying that hello and that, and they hit it off, and they went on a couple dates, and then by the third year, yeah, they did it, yeah, and clap some cheeks, yeah, clap Inko's cheeks, yeah, and yeah, and let's say a 2 year time skip, Izuku is born, Izuku is being born. Yeah, and the doctor, when he's born and after they run some tests to make sure it's okay and to check his quirk. Like they were, so when they came to tell them about his quirk, the doctors came to tell, oh, and it's a different doctor, not the same one as from the anime, like Doctor Ojiko or something like that. He's sus. Yeah, I believe that he's Alphonse's doctor because his goggles match like the one that the show the doctor face. I don't remember which episode or season, but yeah. So and if you want to do any Naruto what if or One Piece, you guys can tell me that because I don't really I stop watching watch both of them halfway or at the beginning I stop watching Naruto and halfway of One Piece. So yeah. But any other anime hmm, Like Tokyo Ghoul. I don't know about Death Note, but like I can do what ifs about that. And not just any anime like that or so on. So yeah, the thing that Mizuko has like these transformation quirks and such telekinesis, like he has like it's a half and half quirk. Not just say his transform quirk is that he can turn into a wolf, like a albino dire wolf, and let's say like he'd have like control of wolves or wolves that are close by to him, like I'm going to say how like a 200-yard radius, because he can his howl is going to be louder since like a dire wolf, and I don't know how loud their howl is, so yeah. And he can they say that he can control wolves and so on, and like if his quirk happens to evolve, like if something happened like he was like dying, is they say something like his quirk would evolve into something else, like that would possibly make him be able to turn it in like half wolf, like half human, yeah, like a werewolf, and possibly like turn people into half wolf hybrids, like something like that. And like they say his telekinesis part of his quirk, that part of his quirk, it's like it's not a weak one but not a strong one, like it's a medium one, like he can only fly cars, like say like 5 cars at once, yeah, and like 15 people at once. And if you want to lift a building, that would like more focus and so on. Yeah. And like they won't adopt she until like Izuku is, let's say, 14 to 15. I don't remember which rank which number hero hound dog is, but yeah. And let's say he has a human like hound dog, he stays away, but he has like a more human shape, like face form like that. So yeah. Or he can just change his face alone back to look like a human. Yeah. So yeah. And like Izuku, he will be going to the same school as Todoroki, Momo, and Ida. Like those people that like rich and so on, like has the money, or the parents are heroes. So yeah. Now tell me if you want the like you guys can pick the ship for this one. Yeah. Yeah. And if you can tell me if you want it to be like anyone from class 1A, class 1B, like stuff like me, or like hero that like age down, or like a gender bend character, like male character, like gender bend them. So yeah. You can you guys can pick Deku's hero names once on. I won't spend a lot of time on his childhood because that would like go normal and he wouldn't have known Bakugo. Yeah, and he'll be taking the recommendation. Yeah, I'm not making take the entrance exam. Yeah. So let's keep going. Izuku is like he's 5. He's been homeschooled until like his quirk activates, because like they're going to have to teach him how to control like the animal side before he can go to school or anything. He's been in homeschool, and this is like when they allowed like, let's say he has a pet, like it's a dog. Yeah. And him and his dog were is playing. Him and the dog is playing on like so on in the backyard. Let's say the yard is like close to like the woods or some, but like part of it is fenced off like a good amount. So like there they have space for a hound dog, like in case Izuku quirks activate, like they can train out there and so on. Yeah, and this one Izuku like has a pet wolf because I feel like it. Yeah, and I do not own this picture or anything. Like any of the pictures I see in my house, if I don't own them or anything. So yeah. So Izuku, he's playing with his dog. So this wolf that will be attacking is like a white one. Yeah, like I want to do it like that way. So yeah, a white dog, a white wolf. I mean, yeah, just thought there's something like I hate having a room close, like right at the like right close to outside, or have your bed right at your window. Just you can hear everything that's going on. So yeah, Izuku, and he's playing with his dog and son. And like, let's say his dog went into the like Izuku threw the ball too far and it went into like a deep like a area that he's not supposed to pass. Like there's a line that he's not supposed to pass. So like the wolf go there, like his dog go there, and then like before it reach any further, it just runs back like I know that noise that dog make when they're sad or it, like let's say the wolf scratched him and the dog was making that noise. Yeah, dog was making that noise, and like let's say like yeah, both parents are going to be home for the like this. So yeah, then the wolf was going to attack Izuku. Let's say this wolf is like I want to do it like it's a dire pop like that. That like managed to serve like like some wolves like that, but like one of the wolves like was a dire pop like somehow I don't know, just like hmm plot yeah for plot yeah there's a dire wolf and like it's like there's 2 years old so it will still be like a pop kinda I think yeah I don't know dog or wolf ears were so yeah and it would be growling and that's when the dog would start barking and growling and Izuku would like starting to cry and so on and this is when like Inko would come out no hound dog would come out no they don't come out there so like the wolf is like growling and so on and the wolf get close and it said the dog and the wolf are fighting and like the wolf it bites the dog and like that and this is like the hound dog and Inko like they start hearing like like Izuku crying and like the dog barking like out in pain and hound dog could smell blood but it's like the dog blood so like they rush out there and that's when they see like and Izuku was too close for them to do anything and if Inko had used her quirk that would have caught the wolf attention to Izuku so like they didn't know what to do and like they called like animal control and they say like some other heroes came like yeah, going to say it's a pack of wolves like that, but the one that attacking is like the dire wolf like pop because that would be kind of the alpha so yeah. And they call some heroes because these wolves are like let's say two of them are quirked like ice and so on and the dire wolf alpha like that has a quirk fire quirk so yeah yeah, that's how we're going to do it. And they came, but like the two other wolves like are keeping them away like that. And this is when the wolf like killed the dog, and like one of them scratch get managed somehow to scratch Inko for plot, and Izuku saw this. He saw the dog died right in front of him, and blood went out, splattered all over his face. And he started screaming out, and then he just like say he howls. And when he howls, like all the wolves, like I can just say the wolves, except for the dire wolves, like they run away, and the two other dire wolves that would like lay down and start whimpering and the other wolf would start growling. So then Izuku would start like to transform into a albino dire wolf that's bigger than the other one, and it's like starts growling and howling and biting at it like that until like it just runs behind the other two and just like it, like like once a wolf get dethroned of the pack or so on, like not the alpha anymore, like they would go down and so on. So that happens, and then a few minutes later Izuku passed out. And yeah, I'm going to say after that little incident happened. Yeah, and say after that incident, so yeah, they like started training Izuku to like a week later they start training Izuku on his quirk, and then like his radius to control wolves and so on is like just 80, and his telekinesis rate can only manage like 2 to 3 cars. But three is like when he starts to strain a little, like strain a lot. I mean, so yeah, Zuko won't be overpowered until what they're going to. And for the training camp, like I just want to give this spoiler, like Izuku will be the one that gets captured, and like what did they see him like? That's like for next part. So yeah, like and the reason why Izuku is like that like green, let's say he's an albino, like his skin isn't that pale, like that pale. It's like this but a little paler or lighter, and his eyes like they have that light green because like his skin didn't like he didn't really make his eyes go white. So yeah, and let's say since he's the alpha of those like 3 direwolves that has quirks, like yeah, and let's say like all the dire wolves that they had quirks. I just need to say all of them, like but the regular wolves they don't. And the dire wolves have this same common quirk, but with like a next quirks. Like the common quirk that they have is like shadow manipulation. So like they normally stay in Izuku's shadow. So yeah, they would stay in Izuku's shadow. Yeah. So yeah. Mhm. 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 So yeah. Only being in Zuko shadows, and let's say when he's in his direwolf form, like transformation, his eyes are red, like it red, but it has like a greenish tint to it. So yeah, his eyes were like just normal green, but it turns red when he like he became the alpha. So yeah, yeah. And I'm going to say for she just like has a wolf quirk that she's like a demi-human, like those from video games like animes like with like how not to summon a demon like Remy or Rem is like a demi-human like cat girl son, yeah. And she be like something like that, but it's with a wolf. Like she has her senses are her like sense of hearing, smells, like taste, sight, and she's faster and she has superhuman strength. Let's say that is like 30% of one for all. So yeah, she just be 1 year older, no 1 year younger than Izuku. So yeah, but she'll still get into UA because like of let's say the way she's so smart that she skips the grade and she's like allowed to go into UA. So yeah, but she'll mostly partake in the USG. Like she'll be trained somewhere else. Yeah, yeah. But for the train camp, she'll be there, and for the mm, mm, the sports festival. Yeah, she like participate and so on. Yeah. So like Izuku, so when he's 14 now, like he's mastered his quirks, and he named the dire wolves. Like I don't know, I just want to take this name from that time I got reincarnated as a slime, Tempest. That's what he named like the beta, which used to be the alpha, is now the beta. Yeah, the omega is Remu, yeah, Remu, that's a bit. So, no, the Omega, then the. Yeah, so come back. I'm going to look at the next time. Like the Yeah, the last one will be like just a regular wolf. So yeah, no, those one will be like the two, like two betas, and let's say that something happened to the direwolf. No, 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 nothing like that. So like the direwolves, like they're all betas. They are going to say that. Yeah, and like over the years, Izuku's been like, let's say the heroes fan more direwolves like in forest where the wild pussycats are, and let's say they were going to like sell them to a zoo or something like a research place, but that's when Izuku tells Ondog and Inko that like he wants them, yeah, because he don't like wants them to go to like a research facility or a zoo like they might experiment on them or something like that. And so he got them. Those are like the three wolves that he has now is like two are male and one is female, and like the one that used to be alpha mated with that female, so like them together, and like this one is like they get three. Yeah, he got three more wolves, like like one fem two female and one male. So like one of the male and one of that female like they mated already, and then the next wolf with that one mate. But the only ones that will be able to have kids are like the Tempest, Romeo, and like Tempest. No, that Romeo, that's a girl's name, and like Tempest is like the boy that used to be the alpha. So yeah, so yeah, enough talking about the wolf. So you get the wolf. They stay in his shadows most of the time, but the one that's mostly out with walking with him is like Tempest or Remu. Yeah. So 14 years, like this is when Izu like I want to make. No, Izuku won't like go to UA as yet. Like he'll be a transfer student. Let's say that. Him and like she won't be 1 year old younger than him. Like she'll be 2 or 3 months younger. So yeah. So like Izuku is like 15, yeah, 15 now, and he's walking like he looks exactly like this and has on like jeans and black shoes, like walking, and that's when he like sees this. Yeah, him and Inko are walking. Let's say that he's patrolling on patrol with Inko, and like Tempest and Rumu are all yeah, in case anything happen. And Izuka heard like this girl crying in like in an alleyway and so on. And let's say she's beside two dead bodies, like they look like her parent, and she's there crying. And Izuku will walk up to her and ask her what's wrong. Then she'll be like crying and say, like, should I make Muscular be the one to kill Kota's parents and like her parents? I haven't named her. Oh, Mika, yeah, I named her Mika. Uh, I named them Mika. I'm going to pause here for something. So yeah, and like she's crying and saying that like I can't do that voice. So like she's just saying that some like this guy like killed their parents and so on, and like he was going to like basically she has a broken arm and say he was trying to kill me, but like somebody like this portal came out of nowhere and like just took him up and so on, like he vanished afterwards. And Izu could like look at their arm and like cause like his mother, and they call an ambulance. And Izu could just tell his mom like he wants to like ask if they can adopt her. And Inko would be asking why, and Izuku would be saying like she doesn't have anywhere else to go, and like orphanage, like they don't know if the orphanage will be good or bad, or like they don't know they will hack once once they leave or anything, and like the system isn't really that good, so like they can't tell like what how she'd end up, or maybe she'd end up like a villain because of the orphanage and so on. And Inko agrees, so she tells Hound Dog, and like a couple when like a month later when her arms like healed fully, like they told her that they'll be adopting her. And it said she had some random last name, and now her name is Mika Midoriya. And this picture match perfectly because the eyes the match basically match Inko's. Yeah, Inko's green. Yep, yep, yep. Mm. So yeah, UA has already started on this, and this is when Inko asks Izuku like if he's going to go to UA now because that already has his spot, and they say like a kid was kicked out, so maybe they can like give Mika the spot. They ask Mika what her quirk is. She tells them like they told the school a lot about Mika and so on, and they would agree to give her like the Minato's place. Like I understand that most animes like have the perverted one, but Minato mm, he's too perverted. Like I like almost every time he gets screen time is like he's always doing something perverted. But like with most perverts in like animes, they would act decent until like the right moment to like show that they're a man of culture. Man of culture, yeah, but yeah. So I mean, I thought got booted. So yeah, let's say this is hmm, hmm, when am I going to say it? Let's say a week before, like after the Kirk assessment test, and like when it's like today it's the villain versus heroes, but before that, let's say, oh yeah, Ahmad walks in, and he walks in saying, I'm here walking in like a normal hero or whatever he says. Like everybody would turn on son, and then Ahmad would say, no look, no class, no settle down class. We have two transfer students today, and you'll be like, isn't that like not allowed for anybody transferring like into you or something like that? And they say these two are exceptions to that and so on. And people are like talking and saying like they must be strong and so on. And they said the person that got first was Bakugo. Yeah. And that people are saying that they might be stronger than Bakugo, or so, like if that there are exceptions. And Baku would like be saying them to telling them, hey, extra shut up, like he's the strongest and that. And some nerds saying stronger than him. So yeah. Oh yeah, come on, like Izuku makes it that like he makes she like a part of the pack since she basically have a wolf quirk, so she's kinda act like them, a wolf. So yeah, so she's like a part of the pack. Yeah, like the alpha, but it isn't incest or anything. Like she's just like this adopted sister, so it makes it like the little tour. So she's basically like the female alpha. So yeah. Say the three new wolves, and plus the other one that mated with the third new wolf, like they stay with like in Mika's shadow. Yeah. Because Izuku would want like Mika to have more protection, like so on. And Izuku would have Tempest and I just said the name like like 5 minutes ago or 10, and like I said it a lot. Rimuru, Rimuru, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the name. So like yeah. Mm, this is when Izuku would be wearing the uniform. I say like because of his quirk, like he has tails and like he has a tail and ears, wolf ears. So yeah, he wasn't wear the uniform. Like they wouldn't have any for him. So they say for the time being he can wear regular clothes. Like yeah, he's wearing like a white shirt, black coat, like a black coat, jeans, and like some boots. Yeah, with like a black sunglasses that coming in like that. And same with Mika, so like she just be wearing something like this with the gloves on, yeah, and that jeans. In this one, Izuku is like 6'2", yeah, and Mika is 5'6", 5'7", yeah. Not too short, not too tall, so yeah, perfect height. And when Izuku walks in, like the girls are blushing, like some of the girls are blushing, especially Uraka, but like I don't like Uraka anymore because I betrayed, cheated on what ifs, yeah. I think that made people hate Uraka, but like can't hate her for when she's in the anime because like she's canon ship, yeah. So Izuku comes in, the girls like blushing. Some of them like is when Mika comes in now, like guys started blushing, especially Bakugo is blushing, and let's say Kaminari is that blushing and the talking, but and Kaminari, let's say like he's dumb, so yeah, you would do this. I think we do this. He would like you'd wait till like she say their names and so on, but the ones didn't say the last names yet. Like Cameron would interrupt before Mika could say her last name. Say that All Might says introduce yourselves now. And Izuku just say okay, All Might. And then Izuku just says I'm Izuku Midoriya. And then people are, let's say Momo would know that name. Like say Inko and Honda, yeah, Inko owns like a business company, so like she's rich, plus she's a hero, so that equals Mula plus Honda, so Mula on top of Mula. Yeah, so they be like the second richest in Japan, and like Momo would say like the son of Inko Midoriya, the number 6 hero, and Hound, like the son of Hound, and Izuku say yeah, yeah, and people be like saying that like he's the son of two good heroes and all of that. Like yeah, and Izuku say like yeah, and he says, and then no, Izuku says like he looks at Mika and says, introduce yourself, and she says hello, my name is Mika before she can answer anything else. Kamanar would say like Mm, some of the boys would be asking like for what kind of things she like asking her that they can be friends. Like Cameron would ask like if she can get her number and so on. And before they could finish, like they look for it, like a wolf growling, so like you guys can hear. Mm. Make a pause, so that so. Oh, this is when Izuku would start growling and Rumuru and Tempest would come out of his shadows and start growling too. So yeah, here it is. Yeah, those two, that would be like Rumor and Tempest, and then like I'll go for like Izuku's Oh No. Yeah, this is Izuku. Yeah, but Izuku is like this, be right in front of Common. Like, let's say you'd move so fast, like you'd be in front of Kamanari growling like that, and like, mm, and then this is when like I would say now calm down, like calm down now. Like says Izuku calms down and like that. Izuku like wasn't calm down, then like might ask Mika if she could like stop him, and then Izuku like she just, let's say Izuku like has to listen to her, or she like tell Iko, and like he doesn't want to get punished by his mother, like since she would normally do like make him do work, lots of work, and like drop things at him on him like out of nowhere, so he doesn't want that. And then she just says like I'm going to tell your mom if you don't stop. And then he like, as he heard that, he stopped growling, and Tempest, and he would like say tells Tempest and Romero to go back in his shadow. So yeah, and like people are scared of that. Like Kaminari, he almost pissed himself. So yeah, people are scared, and like Kaminari would be like shout, like people be saying like why did he do that and all kind of things. Then Mika would just say like sorry about her brother, and like people, like the girls would be like he's overprotective and stuff, and like guys would be like, so that he done like people wouldn't like hit started hitting on Mika would be like, no wonder like he started growling and so on. And then like people start to look at commoner and the people that like asked it for the number and so on, like they would be saying like why did they did that, like they just met her and so on. And this is when she said like sister about her brother, and they like asked Momo would say like she didn't know that they had a daughter, and then they said no. She like like they said she says she's adopted, and that Momo would say oh okay. And yeah, and then this is when Izuku would like Miko was still talking, and then Izuku would just speak and says like Cameron would just ask her if she like has a boyfriend, then Izuku would just, before she could answer, Izuku would say no, and she won't be having one. And like he says it in a voice that like makes people, that makes Cameron like people get chills on the spine. So like yeah, and like he says like stop asking her things like that, or like he'll end up like like his Tempest and Rumor's true toy. And like he takes out his phone, like the latest phone, and shows them a picture of Rumor and Tempest toys like destroyed and everything. And like to see that they were direwolves, so like they're scared and so on. And this is when Bakugo would say like, you have a weak quirk just being able to summon like wolves and so on. Then Izuku says like, what? Like says that isn't his quirk, like he's just the alpha. And like they would start asking him what his quirk is. He says his quirk is a half and half quirk. This is when you would catch Todoroki's interest. Like, so Todoroki is a female, but it won't be the ship. If you guys want it to be, it will be like a, so end it off here. No, I will get into the villains versus heroes first, then end it off. So like after he tells them that his quirk is like a half and half quirk, this is when Todoroki would be like asking like what does his quirk do, and then he says like his half of the first half of his quirk is being able to turn into like a direwolf, but like a albino direwolf. That's why his skin is that color, and his hair and his his eyes are supposed to be darker green, but they turn light green instead. And that his wolf form is like white fur, and his eyes are red with a green tint. And saying that the only reason why his eyes are red is because like like he became the alpha of the like the pack when he was like 5 or so on. And he says that's a story for like a next time. And that they say, oh, can you tell them how strong it is, and that he can control any type of wolves, evil people, like wolf kind of quirks, like dogs, that he can control them like in a people like that within 200 mile, like a 200 rate miles radius, and like something like that. And they'll be like, oh, that's pretty strong. And then Izuku said like he has his mother quirk to like the telekinesis, but it's like he can like he can take up like 2 buildings now, like he can lift up to 25 or 35 people. And like 20 cars. And people would be saying that's overpowered and so on. And then I ask Mika what's her quirk is. She say like she's like she just say that she's like she has a wolf quirk, but like she explained better that like they know like with anime and say that they have animes and that and like games where they have demi woman. She's basically something like that, but instead of man like she has super strength. Like she says like could be on par like it's on par like 30%. Like she said like it's like if All Might were to fight like at 30% of his power like that, and people would be like shocked about how strong that would be. And she's like, she says she's fast like 35. Her senses are increased, like her sense of smell, hearing, sight, and taste, and so on. Yeah, and that's after that it would be the hero versus villains, and Izuku costume will be something like Hellhound's own, but like have no, you won't have a muzzle or anything. You just like have one of these pants that can transform with you. Like it won't tear off or anything, but he's shirtless. No, not shirtless. He has not like a coat, but it isn't zipped up or buttoned up. Just there, like only I can see his 8 pack, like his bulging muscle, and that they change when like he and everybody has changed. Then this is when Izuku walk out, and girls would be blushing again and so on. Peep boys would be saying like show off or something like that. And this is when Mika was going to come out. Then Izuku says that like she chose to go and change into one that he like made. So yeah, and people asking why and says like it's less revealing and so on, and people would be like saying he's really overprotective and so on, and she'd be like pouting and saying like he like I don't know if I can do the voice, but like Oni-chan or something like that. He's like you're too overprotective and so on, and she changed. It's kind of like Izuku, but like she has like on a marina like one that's fire it's fireproof, like her clothes is fireproof, but she has on like a coat, but it's like the same color as her hair, but it isn't buttoned up like Izuku's own or anything. And say I would like the random teams are going to change it up a bit, like it's three against like for this they'll have it like 3 against 2, like for Izuku and Mika will be on the same team, or 4 against 2. So it would be Bakugo, Ida, Todoroki, and Momo. Let's say Momo, yeah. I'm giving more hints like it's gender bent Todoroki and gender bent. No, not gender bent Todoroki and like Momo, like can make it a harem or like that, like a mini harem. I don't know, like whatever you guys want. So the fight would begin, and Bakugo wouldn't like say make a plan or anything. Like just say that he'll be rushing for that nerd, and that they can take meet his like his little sister if they want or whatever. This is when Ida, Momo, and Todoroki would like make a plan, because Todoroki would know like their rules like his, and Bakugo would think like it's regular wolf, but Bakugo left because Todoroki could say like the dire wolves have like quirks, like they can go into the shadows and so on and bring people into the shadows, and like they have other quirks, but like the shadow one is basically like something that they're born with. So yeah, and they'd be like, this is when Todoroki would like freeze the room, but make it like wouldn't freeze either Momo or he wouldn't freeze either Momo. So yeah, mm, yeah, she'll still have the same daddy issues, but like yeah, she would get burned, but Endeavor is the one that burned her this time, and let's say when that happened, like Ray called the police and cops. Yeah, Endeavor will take prison, like he's in prison, like for that from like they basically blame him for like his first child's death, because like I said, Toya will still run away. So yeah, so the Natsu, Fuyumi, and Shota, Shoto, like Shota lives with their mother. and like their mother knows Inko. Yeah, let's say they're best friends, and yeah, but they never made the kids meet or anything. Enough of me rambling on about this. Like for the fight now, is this is when Bakugo would rush at Izuku and Izuku would like howl, then like Tempest and Rumo would like run past Bakugo and like Bakugo try to explode them, but this is when they just go into like like into the shadows and like they'll like be like as like the room underneath the bomb area and so on, like they'll be waiting there and Mika sneak past Bakugo because yeah, wolves like so on, you can't really tell if they're there unless they make you know. So yeah, should sneak past. And this is when Baku would try to throw explosion and so on. Izuku would be dodging them, and Izuku would be like tired of this, so he just knocks Bakugo out. I won't stay too long on this. I want to get to the Todoroki and Momo part of the fight, but he don't be such a dick as in the anime with a stick up his ass. He'll be more like he cares about the rules, but like he knows that you cannot break, like you're going to have to break them sometime and so on. Like he's like a regular student with the rules. Like yeah, he doesn't really care that much about the rules, but he doesn't really don't care that much. So yeah, he cares, but not that too much. So yeah. So I'm going to leave it off here for now. No, so like Izuku like got Todoroki and Momo and he's flirting with them. Then like Mika touch the bomb, so and like done that. I probably did this part over in the episode, like part two.